This is Erin from Jupiter Rising Tarot, and I'm here with your full moon ritual about cord cutting. Before we begin, I wanted to make sure that we cleanse the energy between us. So this ritual is timeless. You do not have to do this ritual on a full moon. I just really like to use the full moon energy to add that boost to any cord cutting. Any kind of releasing really is good at the full moon, okay? Especially if you want that extra boost. But what I'm doing first is I'm using my little sage wand to cleanse my environment. And my intention is that it will also, through intention, cleanse you and your environment. Now you can do this at home too, okay? So please don't think twice about doing your own thing. I'm using sage. You can use any kind of herbal bundle you want. They even have sprays that you can use. And it's just a nice way to kind of clear out the air, okay? And focus on your intention. What cord are you planning on cutting today? Okay, so I'm going to put my sage off to the side. It's probably going to smoke for the rest of the time, and that's perfectly fine, okay? Now, as you can see, I already have everything set up. I have my candle ready, and I will light that shortly. I have all of my cards out already, all of my lunar-based tarot cards and oracle cards, okay? And these are just beautiful visual reminders that I'm really trying to amplify the lunar energy in order to add to my intention, which tonight is to cut a cord, okay? I also have all of my crystals set up. Now, this is kind of in a likeness of a crystal grid. It's not a typical crystal grid, but you can kind of make whatever you want a crystal grid, okay? This would be temporary, but you could make a permanent one very easily, and I will do another video about that in the future. But as you can see, I don't know if you can or not, I have all of my crystals. The center crystal is my crystal quartz, and that amplifies intentions as well. So between my crystal quartz and my full moon energy and my will and intent, see, I'm not going to say there's no magic. Nothing actually will get accomplished tonight if your intention is not strong, if your will is not what's powering it all, okay? We're just using the energy of the collective, okay? And in gratitude and thankfulness for the creation that we live in order to boost it all, okay? And that includes crystal quartz. So, you don't have to believe in magical attributes if you choose not to, okay? There are so many different ways to do this. What matters is your intention in all of this, okay? And that you perform an action to follow that intention through. So I do have my crystals set on all my cards, and it is reminiscent of a crystal grid. Okay, so in the center, I said I have my crystal quartz. I also have all my tarot cards. In the very center, I have balanced me, which is the self, and attachment. So this is what I'm trying to cut. Now, as you can see, I have my heart selenite here, which is representative of the love, forgiveness, gratitude, all of the wonderful things that being human is about, okay? This is a protective energy, and I love that it's selenite. Underneath my crystal quartz, I have a selenite wand, and this is symbolic of the actual bond between me and the attachment. This is the attachment, okay? So ultimately, what my intention is to break this attachment, right? Cut this cord. All of those mini crystals that I used from the earlier video that I had in my heart dish are now scattered in different spots throughout my sacred space, okay? I have my candle ready. I have my wand ready, okay? And I have my intention paper ready along with my pen. To begin the ceremony, what I'd like to do is offer an opening affirmation or prayer, okay? So you can close your eyes and stand in agreement with me as I speak. I stand with conviction, courage, and strength under the full moon before God, Source, or the universe, to begin the process of removing negative energetic attachments and cords that do not serve my soul's purpose. I understand that in order to begin the process, I need to forgive myself and others for what has been done wrong to me and what I may have done wrong to others. I acknowledge that I am a precious being created with love to fulfill a divine purpose. I understand that I must first allow forgiveness to flood my heart, mind, and spirit in order to successfully navigate the path of that purpose. However, though I was created with love and purpose, I am flawed and imperfect. I make mistakes that negatively impact myself and others. Because of this, I ask for and trust in divine forgiveness. I release myself from the bonds of guilt and doubt, especially if those emotions are not mine to carry any longer. I also release others that I have held in contempt with love and forgiveness, and acknowledge that, like myself, they also are flawed, created beings. Under this Capricorn full moon, I allow the light of forgiveness to illuminate my path and recognize that though forgiveness does not mean that what others have done to hurt me is acceptable, it releases me from their power, from bitterness, and from resentment. Tonight, I remove from my life negative cords and attachments with love and forgiveness. And so it is, and so it will be. So take a deep breath. Feel free to stop this video at any time, rewind it, re-listen. It's okay. This is your ritual too. And remember, it can be done at any time. It does not have to be tonight. It does not have to be on the full moon. In fact, you may want to do this every day depending on how powerful your cord is. Now, typically, when I run a ritual, I would also do a ritual activity. Now, when I did this ritual with my group, we used these mini crystals that I have here to create a crystal ball, a small little necklace ball that we used later to remind us of our cord detachment, right? But also to use symbolically if they wanted to instead of a selenite wand. You can do whatever you want. Another option for a ritual activity would be to create a crystal grid. Because you've opened the ritual with an affirmation or a prayer, and you've invoked divine energy, really everything that you do is now protected, okay, under that amazing spiritual guidance, okay? So again, you can choose what you want, and if you need any ideas, you can look them up, or you can contact me and I can, of course, help you. I've done a lot of these rituals and they're really fun. So at this point in the ritual, what you would want to do, okay, is light your candle. Now, if you go to my website and you order the kit that won't be the cards and the big crystals, but it would be the mini crystals, the small kyanite, and of course the blue aventurine. You would include a candle. It would include your intention paper, among other goodies, right? Including any kind of I would include a crystal grid, things like that. So you would have everything you would need to have a complete a complete and cohesive ritual. So what you would do at this point is you would light your candle. So as you can see, I'm going to light my candle. I did cut my wick because it was rather long. So like I said earlier, I chose the red beeswax because red symbolizes courage and wisdom. And I think that whenever we do when we come in humility to do a ritual like this, we need to have courage to do it. So if you're here watching this, you should be proud of yourself for having the courage to even attempt doing this. Old cycles and thought patterns and attachments are very difficult to break. Most people don't even recognize that they exist. Okay, so the fact that you are here right now, listening to my voice and watching this video, means that you are acknowledging that you are attached to some negative nasty juju, right? And that it's time maybe to let it go. It's okay if you're not there yet, but the fact that you've acknowledged that it's possible is a huge step, so well done. So as I am doing this ceremony and this ritual for myself with you, I have chosen this, and I have other colors as well, like pink for love. Perhaps you need a little extra boost of self-love, or blue for peace. Maybe you need more peace of mind about this. Purple for healing, if you need to, if healing is a big aspect of where you are in this journey with this attachment. Protection, I have a white candle that I use for protection, and so on and so forth. Like forgiveness, you name it, I have it. So you could always request a specific color. But you want to light your candle. For me, fire is cleansing just like water, right? So before I even started this ritual, I made sure to wash my hands and I was ready to go. And now I'm lighting my candle, okay? Because fire also creates a cleansing energy, okay? Fire is also passion, because there's a lot of passion behind my intention. Red is also a color of passion, so I have strong intention tonight with this attachment. Now, for me, my intention, my attachment is more of an attachment to an idea, and that is what I'm going to work hard to cut tonight, okay? It can be a person, a situation from your past, present, whatever you decide. So right now what you would do is you'll pick up your pen, and I want you to feel free to write down the cord or the cords you wish to remove. So I'm going to grab my paper and I'm going to write down my intention. So what I do when I run the circle is I will ask, and I will have everybody stand up after they finish writing and lift one another up in this intention. Now, if you're doing this alone, all you have to do is call on the energies of the divine spirit, okay? Your angels, whoever it is that you call on for extra strength and courage and help, okay? You do that. You can do that alone. All right? And once you've finished writing, I release under the full moon. Okay. My negative attachment to scarcity. Okay. I am terrified of money, right? Isn't that weird? So for whatever reason, I have a negative attachment. I have a negative cord when it comes to abundance. And as a result, I block abundance from my life. Okay? So I will write that down. I will know I am cutting this cord. So that I may continue toward the path of abundance. All right, so that is my thing right here. Okay, so I have this, and you speak yours out loud if you can. Obviously, you don't have to speak it out to me, but if you want to put what you did tonight in the comments, I would love to see what kind of ideas you had. What chords? Is it an ex? Is it a parent? Is it a part of yourself that is negative and no longer serves you? Is it an idea? Like are you negatively attached to scarcity? Okay? Blocking abundance. Are you caught in a cycle of self-pity, right? Where the cord is going from you to you. You can cut that cord. It really is anything. So many people cut cords with people, though I will say that is probably the most common. I will say this too, is when you cut cords like this and you do it with such strong intention, and if you are lifted up, especially by other people, and do know that whatever your intention is, it is being lifted up by me. And so if you speak it aloud in the comments below, I will lift that up with you. So just know that you're never alone in this situation. Okay? So what I just did is I read aloud my intention to cut. So I'm actually going to get my selenite wand. Okay? And then I am going to re-speak this out for the sake, of the ritual. I will say, I am cutting the cord, the cord I have to scarcity. Okay? I am overcoming this block. I am releasing myself from a fear of abundance so that I can then attain abundance in my profession and in all the things that I do, so that I can continue to help people in the best way they need it. I cut this cord. I ask for forgiveness for ways I've acted that have pushed away abundance. I forgive myself for my negative habits that have pushed abundance away as a result of this negative attachment. I'm going to cut this from my life. And as I move forward, I am no longer going to be attached to scarcity quite this way. I am embracing instead a cord to the idea of abundance. And I am going to allow that beautiful energy to flow to me and inspire my life. And so it is, and so it will be. And so I am using this to cut the cord. And then I'm going to get my little chalice here, and I'm going to burn the paper. So as I burn the paper, I'm putting this in sand. Okay. Now I also have a cauldron, which may have been a better idea, but that's okay for next time. You want to make sure that if you do this inside, that you do this in a way that is safe, okay? Usually I do them outside, but because there's a little bit busy outside, I didn't want to do it outside tonight. As I hold space with the fire that is burning my cut cord to scarcity, I am grateful and I am humbled for the opportunity to do it, the wisdom that brought me here. And I'm grateful for the abundance that is yet to come my way. All right, so I'm going to put this over here. And at this point, I would ask everyone that I am gathered with to do something similar, okay? And they, by no means does anyone have to speak it aloud, right? I ask you to speak it aloud, especially if you're by yourself, because our voices amplify intention as well. Like you have no idea. When you speak something, we cannot speak anything into being. We are not divine creators quite like that. But when we speak, we are using that aspect of our divinity to give it some weight, right? Our voice leads us forward. It takes us through, right, to the next step, right? When we speak it aloud, we give it strength. Okay, and when we have the courage to do it, it's just more amplified. So at this point in our ritual, we are going to close. And this is yet another prayer of affirmation, okay? So once again, feel free to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Under the full moon, I stand firm in gratitude for all of the good things, people, places, and situations in my life today, in the past, and those still to come. I am grateful for all the lessons I have learned, and I am grateful for the difficult times I had to go through in order to learn those lessons and become a better version of my previous self. I am grateful for these now severed cords of attachment, and under the light of the full moon, and with gratitude, ask that now that these have been removed, I find freedom, support, and peace of mind, heart, and spirit. Under this Capricorn full moon, I stand before my God, my Creator, divine source, and friends, firm and strong in my affirmation of gratitude. I say this with conviction. I ask for the strength to continue to stand in gratefulness for the remainder of my journey. With faithful thanks, I also ask for divine protection as I navigate any hard days to come that may cause me to falter. And so it is, and so it will be. And that would conclude the actual ritual. Now, I will keep this going for the sake of the video I'm making now. You can do so much with ritual, and really the sky's the limit. I definitely encourage you, if this is something you're interested in doing, to check out my website, jupiterrisingtarot.com. I have lots of different information about rituals and ritual kits and how to do those rituals. I have ideas, and if you have any ideas, feel free to throw them at me. Now, with this cord cutting, okay, it is really important to remember that some things will require more cord cutting, okay? Ritual is ritual for a reason. It's something we do in order to reinforce an idea, a concept, and a habit. It's to develop a better habit, right? We all have rituals, even though we don't call them that. Our morning ritual, for example, our afternoon ritual, our evening ritual. This is just another way to spiritually, emotionally, academically, to unite all three aspects of ourselves in this dimension, to make our intentions manifest. So cord cutting is an important part of that, because the longer we are attached to that which no longer serves, the longer we allow negativity from other people, the harder it is. Now, the other way you can, I said earlier in the other video, you can remove attachment. So you can close your eyes every single day and you can say, I hereby remove the attachment of so-and-so from my being. Amen. Or so be it, and so it is. And you can do that as many times a day and as many days as you need, until one day you might not need it anymore. I hope you enjoyed this ritual. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you need any coaching on any topic, also let me know. If you would like a reading, or if you want somebody with you as you navigate your ritual, I'm here for that too. Have a wonderful night. I hope you're enjoying this full moon energy. This season of Cancer is heavy and emotional, so this may be a doozy for you. Just know that you are loved, you were created with purpose, and that you are not alone. Have a great night.